Hi, so Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. I hope you're very well. It is just around about 8 o'clock at the moment, so we'll get cracking in a second and see. I'm just having a quick look through the charts and then we'll see what's going to be available for trading here this morning. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back, and I'm going to be going long on dollar CAD here. So I'm going to get a few units in. So let's see if we can do this. So it's 1, 2. So I'll get my units in, and then my stops don't have to be too far away. So about 10 pips away, so nice and not too far away at all. So I've got 4 units in. I can go up to 6. So let's just have a look here. Right, okay, so I've got my 6 units in this morning. So I'm going to put my stop about 10 pips away, a bit under that, probably about 9 pips actually, just to give it a little bit of wiggle room. But yeah, what I'm looking for here on dollar CAD this morning is been spotting something on the 4-hour time frame, and so it's got an untested 8 a.m. pivot above it, which is up about here at 70 something, and but more importantly, I'm looking at a pattern on the 4-hour time frame today. So I don't know whether that's going to play out or what. So let me just get all my stops put in, and then I'll come back to this. Okay, so it's sitting around here at the moment. My stop's down here just below 60, so I'm giving it a little bit of wiggle room. Now, if it doesn't play out, that'll be it very quickly. I'll be out of this very quickly, and then I'll have to just reassess and look for another opportunity somewhere if I'm wrong and this is going to completely roll over. But I've seen a pattern on the 4-hour charts, and so I'm looking to see whether that 4-hour chart pattern is going to play out. Now, what is that 4-hour pattern? It was just like a triple divergence on the 4-hour charts, which we've already put the low in. So let me bring up a 4-hour time frame. The low's already in down here. We've triple diverged from way back here, and so what I'm looking for to see is if we are going to then start to build up from here. So we've come up a bit over the last 2 4-hour periods, and I'm just looking for an excuse to get long around this sort of time. And so coming back to the 5-minute charts, we had come into the we'd hit the 15-minute 50 MA, and so we kept on coming back inside the bands here on the 5-minute chart. So that's what I'm giving it a go at, and so to see if it can then have a bit of a move to the upside. Not a huge move, because I'm looking at basing it on those 4-hour bands, but we'll just see how this is going to play out for now. So at the moment it's still just slow sliding a little bit at the moment. So I want to see if these bands can flatten out, and then if this price action can start to move up. So we'll soon see. I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back. So we're still watching this this CAD, but it's coming up a little bit, but there's not really much to do at the moment. What I've spotted as well is a potential for a shorting opportunity on dollar. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my deal ticket. There it is. On the dollar, Aussie dollar. I knew I'd get there eventually. And so it's come off from it's hit a little bit of resistance up there, and it's just peeling off a little bit. So it comes up a little bit. I could just put 1 unit in and then see if it, and put a stop just above the high here, and then see if it carries on selling off today. So so I'm just going to put a 1 unit in, so it'll only be a single amount of risk, because obviously my main trade at the moment is the dollar CAD, and I don't want to end up losing on both. You don't always want to be careful not to be doubling up your risks, so to speak. But I could put a single unit in on this Aussie dollar. So I'll keep my eye on that one, and if it comes up a little bit, then I'll put a trade on. Right, I'll press pause for now. Actually, I'm going to chase this a little bit. It's only a 10 pip stop, so let's just get 1 unit in. So just a 1 lot trade on the Aussie dollar. I'm going to put my stop up here, so it's about 10 pip stop, and just leave it. And because this one's got a target right the way down at about 72.60, 72.60. So it's a decent move down. So it's 30 pips or so. So I'll just have the 1 unit on the Aussie dollar, and we'll see what happens with that one. Right, I shall press pause for now. Okay, just back, and we can see the CAD's moving. I should bring the accounts up so you can see all the trades here this morning actually. So here's all the positions. So this is the Aussie dollar position. Sorry, let's bring that across so you can see it all. Here's the Aussie dollar, the first position, or the position we just put that 1 unit in, which is running so far, and this is the dollar CAD positions that are all running. What we're going to do is just move these stops up a little bit. I had mine at 59, which means I would have got stopped out at 58. And what we can do now, because it's coming up a bit, move this stop up to below this low to sort of 63. So it's really only going to be about 5 pips stop now. So I'll just get all those stops moved up to about 63. So I'll press pause whilst I'm doing all that, and then we'll just see what's going to happen with this. Okay, just back. What I'm going to do now is just move these stops up to about 68. We've come up quite a long way, and hopefully it's not going to come up to these highs and then really come all the way off. So we're going to start moving these stops up to practically break even. The entries we're looking at around about 68, so they were just above 68. So I'm just moving mine. So for you guys in the room, you might want to be moving your stops to sort of 67, something like that. So we're just really actively managing this CAD trade now, but it's hit those highs. We're not far away from target actually on dollar CAD, but it is at this resistance zone, which could just give it all back. It could do that. So as we've come up to these prior highs, so as we can see, it's struggling a little bit with that at the moment. We'll see if it can break out or not. But so I've moved those stops up. With regards to the Aussie dollar trade, there's not a lot to do on that one because I've put the limit order in down at 61. We're currently at 80. So it's still got another 19 pips of travel in that one if it is going to go down there. But I'll keep monitoring that one. But this one for now, it's had a good run so far, dollar CAD. Can it break out, or is it going to start to slow down and then come back in and then roll over? It could do that. So I've moved my stops up so I can hardly lose on this trade now. I'll lose about a pip, I think it will be, a bit less than a pip on my trade now if it was to come all the way back down. But I could move it all the way up to break even. Actually, looking at that, yeah, I could move it up to 69. What am I doing? Yeah. Okay, so we can move this to break even. Right, I shall press pause whilst I'm doing all this. Okay, just back. It's nearly there. It's at 85. I'm looking at 89. So we're nearly there. And I've just said to the guys in the trading room that now I'm hitting record on this recording software. For you guys, you know it'll slow down again now. But it's nearly there. So we've still got about 5 pips to go, and then we're there. So, but now I've pressed record. It's slowed up. So I shall press pause. But all my deal tickets are already there, and we're just waiting to see if it can get there. Now I could start trading the stop up a little bit actually, a bit more now. So move it up to sort of 71. So we're starting to lock in something. It won't be a lot, but I'm trying to keep it, giving it the slack. But it has broken out of these highs now, so it's a case of hopefully it can carry on. We've only 5 to 9, which is a good sign because we might get a flurry around about 9 o'clock. So I will move these stops up, guys, to around about 72. So let's move these stops. So I've got some order till tickets ready there. So I'll move these my stops up to 72 now. Okay, just back. We're very, very nearly there to start peeling off some of these units. So very close. So I'm hoping that it's going to do it whilst I've got this recording going. So we're only literally just a pip or two away. So let's see if it can get there, and then I can start peeling off. But now I've pressed record again. It's just having a little think about it. It knows. It always does. Every Friday. So no, it's just static there at 86. Right, I'll press pause. We're nearly there. Let's see if we can get there. Okay. Right, so we're at 88. So we're practically there. So I'm going to start peeling off. It's actually still not showing that it's quite hit that upper band yet on my 4-hour charts, but we're just below it. So nearly there. So I'm very, very close. If I see this just flash just a little bit more, then I can start peeling off. So let's see. We've got 20 pips in the bank. Let's see if it can get there. No, it doesn't want to play. Okay, I'll press pause again. Chart without a pullback. Right, okay, let's start peeling off. Here we go, 89. So we can start peeling off, guys. Okay, banking the profits there at 89. Okay, so what I've done here is I've peeled off all bar one of these units now. So we're up £600 or 1,200 Canadian dollars, so about $1,000 at the moment on this trade. But what all I'm going to want to do now is start to work the remainder. So whatever happens, we'll have made 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, about £500, so about $900 today. Whatever happens on this trade, because I'll be the stops trailed up on this remainder. But it's a case of whether this final unit, whether ultimately it can make a run today for its hourly 50. Now, the hourly 50 is quite a way away. It's right up here. So whether it can get there, or whether I get trailing stopped out. So that's the ultimate target up there. So that's well above 129. So we've banked 20 pips so far, just over 20 pips. But it's just had this long run without a single pullback. I was just saying to the guys when I came back on the mic. So I'm sort of expecting a pullback to come through at some point. It's not going to go straight for that hourly 50. But so it's just a case of, right, okay, moving the stops up a little bit more. So I'll keep them up below this 5-minute 50, so still giving it a bit of slack. So I'll move the stop up to about 74 on the remainder. So whatever happens, we can't lose today. Obviously, it's all locked in. With regards to the Aussie dollar, that's sitting at £72 at the moment. I'll have another look at that. Let's have a quick look here. I don't think I can really move the stop down too much more. Yeah, actually I can move it down to 95 now, so I can move the stop down a bit, so I'll do that. Right, I'll be back as and when something else has happened. Okay, just back, and everything's moving still. The Aussie dollar's getting very, very close to target. The target is actually 66. I'm just looking at the charts. So I need to adjust this limit. I had it at 61, but it's not. It's at 66. So it's just so I'll put my order in at 67. And as we can see, this dollar CAD just not stopped, and it's right on its 5-minute 500, that red line there. So I just want to have a quick look at the dollar CAD, and then we'll come back to this, because I may just want to see what it's up to here. Second. Okay, just back. This dollar CAD, it's had a great run. It was potentially another about 15 pips or so from here, but I'm going to take that last segment of dollar CAD, and I'll explain why now. So the reason I've taken that extra one out is look at the move it's had. I'm expecting probably it to pull back. It's possible that we could trade it again, but it's come on the outside of its statistical range on the 4-hourly R3, the 4-hourly R3 pivot. It's just come on the outside of that. It's just sitting on it right now, actually. So I've spotted that 5-minute 500. And yet it still has a downward sloping hourly 20 period moving average. It's not really showing it very clearly on here because this is telecharts and it's not quite set up the same, the moving averages, but on my e-signal charts it's still quite distinctively facing down at the moment. Now if that hourly 21 starts to turn as we go through this morning, then I think there'll probably be a secondary opportunity to the long side, but considering we're outside of the statistical range now on this 4-hour time frame, and it's only 9:15, that's why I've banked it. If we were sort of at 11 o'clock, 11:30, I wouldn't be bothered about that statistical range. But as it's so early and we've still got 3 hours before those pivots change, I've banked it and said thanks very much. If it carries on going without me, so be it. It's still that's still 30 pips on that second half, on that final stake. So we've banked £654 on that. The Aussie dollar, let's have a look at the Aussie. The Aussie's holding down there. It's got about 8 or 9 pips to go, so we'll see if that one can run as well. If it does, then I can move the stops down now, can't I? So let's at least get the stops to break even on Aussie dollar. So let's do that. The entry was at 93, so I need to move my stop down to 92 because there was the entry at 93. Stops at 92 now, and then we'll just see if it can get down to that level. But whatever happens, I can't lose on the Aussie. If the Aussie pays out, if it does get down there, then I'll bank another 100 odd quid. So it'll be a nice 700, nearly £800 day if we get down there, which is a good $1,200–1,300 today. So it makes up sometimes, and I always say trading it's fine lines, and sometimes of late I've done these Friday videos. Like last week it was a flat week, wasn't it? I think the week before it was a winner, but then we had a couple of losers around there as well, a few losing weeks. Nothing major, but you just have them on a Friday morning, and then but it's like on any trade. If you have a losing day, then you just move on to the next day. Try to manage your risk as best you can, because then when the winners come along, they will more than make up for those losers. And like I always say, so if you run them this morning, from the initial risk that was on that dollar CAD, it was more than a 2-to-1 risk to reward, and it's the same with the Aussie dollar. Initially risked 10 pips. To potentially make just under 30 pips, I think it is, about 28 pips or so. So again, just under 3-to-1 risk to reward. And if you keep on doing that and employing that philosophy, you end up making money. So anyway, I'll press pause for now and we'll see how we go. Okay, just back, and we've been having a good old chinwag in the trading room here this morning. We've been going through our Friday afternoon set confessions and all of that, and talking about various aspects of trading and successful trading. And while waiting on this remainder of this Aussie dollar position, we've trailed the stop down to, well, I'll show you, down to 80. You can probably see it there. Yeah, the stop's down at 80, which means it'd have to go to about 81 to stop me out. So I've been trailing it down. So we're just waiting to see what's going to happen there on that Aussie dollar. And if it comes up now and I get stopped out there, then that's it. We'll be calling it a wrap, and it's only 20 past 10. It's going to be a nice early one finish today, as far as the recording is concerned. Anyway, I'll press pause for a minute. Right, okay, I have just been finally stopped out there on the Aussie dollar, so I've banked another £78. So it's a decent day today. So it's about £730 there today. So about $1,100. So I'm guessing in US dollars. It'll be about $1,100, I should think, today. So a good morning. The Aussie dollar, I think, hopefully is still going to roll over again, but you don't know. It's got close enough. Maybe it does it on Monday or something like that. But we're looking for that target down there at that 4-hour 50, which is not quite hit on my charts today. But let's actually have a quick look at that 4-hour chart. I don't know how it's going to show here on telecharts. It probably, telecharts is showing it's actually hit, but my e-signal charts off screen are saying that it didn't hit, and it was still waiting for a hit. But anyway, we'll see. So it got close enough, not quite enough for me. It was within 5 or 6 pips. So good moves this morning. Dollar CAD. Let's have a quick look at that one. I think it did gone slightly higher, hit the 129 level, and so far is backing off. So I think overall I did the right thing in exiting where I did on dollar CAD, and so that one's out of play for the time being. So a good little morning. I'll leave you to it. Have a great weekend. Back in touch next Friday. Won't be doing a recording next Friday. We're at the London Investor Show, so we might be seeing some of you down there. So won't be any live trading next week. But anyway, back in touch next week anyway.